This is the Talisman 2 series, Sticky Adventure. The story is written by Tammy Reese-Frankfurt and the pictures are illustrated by Drew Wilson. Book number 7, Sticky Adventure. So here we've got the map. Zack and Mim have started in Zack's village and they've travelled through the dark forest, past the gravel quarry, through the gorge in the wild mountains. They're heading towards the Dark Master's Forge, past Volcano Island. This is our reading practice. The sound chur. Contents. Chapter 1, The Next Adventure, is on page number 1. Chapter 2, The Cave, is on page number 3. Chapter 3, A rasping sound, is on page number 5. Chapter 4, Slime, is on page number 7. And Chapter 5, A Sticky End, is on page number 9. I wonder what's going to happen in this book. This is our new vocabulary for this week. Chapter 1, The Next Adventure. That Sphinx! What a creature! Zack gasped as they collapsed, breathless. In future, I think you should be more careful. Mim began to lecture Zack. However, he was already planning his next adventure. He looked up at the mountains rising on each side of the steep valley. He just loved nature. He spotted a cave up the mountainside. Mim, I'm going to explore that cave. I'll stay here with Samson, Mim said. She felt a mixture of anger and resentment. Why was he always looking for danger? Chapter 2, The Cave. Zack scrambled up the mountain. Soon he came to a waterfall. Behind it was a cave. It had ferns and vines growing over the entrance. This is a great adventure, he thought. The cave was wet and damp. The walls were covered in green moss. There was a drip, drip of water onto the cave floor. Zack was careful not to slip. Stalactites and stalagmites grew into beautiful structures like sand castles. Wow, Zack thought, nature is amazing. He stepped around the wet pools on the ground. Chapter 3, A Rasping Sound. Zack went deeper and deeper into the cave. It was very dark. A shaft of light from the mouth of the cave lit up the magical structures. Zack heard a rasping sound, like some creature gazing. What kind of creature would live in such a damp cave? The rasping sound was getting creepy. As Zack turned to leave the cave, he stepped into a wet pool. To his horror, he realized that it was a pool of sticky slime. Chapter 4, Slime. Zack tried to lift his feet, but he was stuck. He grabbed onto the cave walls to try free himself, but his hands got stuck to the slimy walls. Then he saw a massive slug-like creature. Zack had been captured by a giant slug, and now it would eat him alive. He struggled frantically to free himself. If only he could touch the talisman. In the meantime, down in the valley, Mim was getting worried. Why hadn't Zack returned? Was he hurt? Had he been captured? Mim raced up the mountain in panic. Chapter 5, A Sticky End. As Mim entered the cave, she lit a candle. Zack! She cried. Mim, hurry! Don't step on the slime, Zack yelled. Mim jumped from rock to rock, careful not to step into the slime pools. Then she saw Zack stuck to the cave wall in an odd posture. He could not move. The slug was advancing, leaving a trail of sticky slime behind. How was she going to help Zack without getting stuck herself? Mim crept past the creature, careful not to step on the slime. She leaned over and removed the talisman from Zack's neck. Quick as a flash, she held up the talisman. Zack turned into a giant ant. It squirted acid at the slug. The slug began to dissolve before their eyes. It was not a pretty picture. "Thanks, Mim. You saved my life," Zack said when they were safe back in the valley. "You know, when I thought I was going to die and I saw my future flash before me." "And what did you see?" Mim asked. "Lots more adventures," Zack laughed. The end.